Welcome to Date Audio.
Release your wolf. Hey, I kind of expected you had me blocked. Even though you didn't pick up. Honestly, I already knew you wouldn't, but look, I couldn't stop myself from calling. How have you been? I hope everything's okay. Look, I just wanted to tell you, I was recently moving and I found the necklace that you couldn't find until you moved out. You know, the one that we bought when we went to the night market together 2 years ago. Yeah, it was tucked behind the couch while I was packing. I cleaned it up, and if you still wanted it, you could come to my house, or I could just send it to you. Of course, it's okay if you don't want it anymore either. Winter is almost over again. I don't know why, but I always feel that this winter is a bit more harsh than previous years. I still remember those winters when we snuggled up in bed, sharing our warmth to stay. I know you would stare at my face in the dark, but I never figured out what you were thinking back then. Perhaps that's why we started drifting apart. I grew up in the mountains, walking around, the sounds of cicadas every summer, and be humid and sweat would fall mixed with the air. And I don't know, when I first came to this city where you were years ago, my first thought was that the weather here was perfect for living. There was no sticky, humid air, no breathless, stuffy feeling. I never imagined I'd stay this long. Stay until you left, and I'm still here, alone. I never learned to ride a bike, Where I come from, a bike is a useless tool. That's why I didn't learn it until after I came here. It's a difficult thing for someone with a weak sense of balance. I just kept falling down and getting up and falling down and getting up. On that seaside bike path. It's kind of funny when you think about it. It kind of reminds me of when I was a toddler, like as a baby or something. I bet you must have been watching my struggling, stupid face from the shadows for a long time. I remember you held out your hand in front of me as I fell again, and when I looked up, it was like a ray of sunlight just hit your smiling face. Must be cliche to say this, but you really did look like an angel at that moment. And my angel just pulled me up off the ground and taught me how to ride a bike, and then everything just fell into place. We exchanged numbers, started dating, and moved in together, kissing and making love in this small room. And I finally learned to ride a bike. That trip to the night market 2 years ago was our first date. Terrible choice, huh? I don't know what was going through my head at the time. I actually regretted it as soon as we got there. But you just laughed so freely, and looking at you smile, I was relieved. You picked up that necklace at a stall. I could just tell you adored it. You wore it every time we met afterwards. That necklace held some of our happiest moments. So when you told me in frustration that it was missing, I gently comforted you, but deep down, my heart, I just felt a chill, and deliberately ignored it. I guess there are always rough patches in the road between lovers, aren't there? We'd fought many times, big ones, small ones, but we always made up in the end. But the reality I've been avoiding, it crushed me. When you said to me for the last time, we'd better break up. Just looked me in the eyes and said it calmly without any other emotion, so I knew this was the end of us. How long has it been since we've even spoken? It's been 6 months, right? After you left, I told myself to move on. So I threw myself into work trying to fill my life with all that shit, big and small, the little things, the big things. It didn't matter. But I still go to that beach and ride my bike sometimes. I don't want to look at that bike gathering dust in the corner. Not when you're the one that taught me. I'm not going to ask you for anything because I understand very well that this is the best that can happen between us. Life is always like that. Our lives are always like that. But I won't lie. It aches. It really aches. But I'm going to move forward. Even if I don't want to, I'm going to move forward. It's okay if you don't want to call me back. I needed to say these things out loud. I miss you. I miss you so much.